In this video, I will show you how to create the perfect cold email that gets replies using n8n, Airtable, Perplexity, and Cloud. So at the end of this video, you will be able to build a database like this one. So this database conducts an online research, and then based on the online research, it creates an email. So let me just show you how that works. So if I check this box, drag it and drop it here, you will see this field populating. So we know a lot about the person. It's like an online CV, but it's based on facts because Perplexity checks the internet and validates the sources before to give the information. So that's what makes it so powerful. And then once we have the AI research result, we can click the AI email go checkbox, and you will see that the email will be created. So this is super powerful because we can get the job title wrong, or we can get the niche wrong, but the email will still be good and still be addressed to the right person with the right concern and the right value proposition, because it's designed based on the online research that we've previously conducted. And so the beauty of the system is that we can customize emails in one go, like thousands of emails all in one go. And it's easy to lose track and build things that are pretty much useless, but just because they are fun, we build them anyway. So I always like to keep in mind the purpose of what I'm building. So the purpose of this automation is to get highly detailed online presence prospect profiles so that we can create ultra personalized emails that gets replies at scale. So how can we monetize that, and how can we make money using such an automation? Well, it's very easy because we can sell the system that we are actually using to get in touch with those leads. So if we were to dig into the niches, this system can be sold to training centers and business into the education centers. So B2B solar, so warehouses, agriculture, etc. B2B financial services, B2B insurance, SaaS, so software as a service. Think about CRM, HR, accounting, and then specific business processes. Cybersecurity, that's a really good one. High ticket, high IT services and consulting, marketing and advertising agencies, and manufacturers. I'll show you the prices that I'm currently charging. So I'm renting the system out. I get paid by appointment, anywhere between $150 to $300. And then I charge extra $300 a month for software and data, because you need to acquire data. So email addresses from Prospeo, ListKit, or any other email providers. There are free ways to get emails, but this is a little bit more complicated, and this is a topic for another video. Usually clients who see the system working and they want to acquire it for themselves without having to pay the $150 to $300 per appointment. In this case, I take the average from the last 3 months revenue and I multiply it by 3. Then they can have it. You can also charge an upfront fee plus a retainer. I don't recommend to do that if you don't have case studies. So you can charge $1,500 for the setup fee plus $2,500 for the monthly running costs. And that's a bare minimum because you need to reply to emails, book appointments, follow up, etc., etc. You might even need to hire VAs. So this is really the bare minimum you want to charge per client, per contract. So the process, how are we going to build that? First of all, we'll build the Airtable database, and then we'll build the n8n workflows. There will only be 2 workflows, one to conduct the AI research and the other one to create the actual email. Don't forget, you can get the template for those automations, so you can install it for yourself in less than 10 minutes and get it up and running really, really easily by joining the free community. So you will be able to import the templates and just press the play button, and there you go, you have it. You'll have the system installed for yourself. If you're enjoying this video, don't hesitate to smash the like button. Let's build it. First of all, you will need to open up an Airtable account if you don't have one. And you will need a paid subscription. It's like $20 or $24 a month. It's not very expensive. And you can get a lot more done than what you would with the free version. So I recommend going for the paid version. So let's create a new field. So that's going to be a single line of text for the first name. And that's going to be a single line of text for the last name. LinkedIn, because we will feed the LinkedIn URL to Perplexity so that it looks for the right person. Company name. It's going to be a single line of text. Description. That's going to be a long text. The description usually comes from ListKit or Prospeo. Here we're going to start with the trigger. So that's going to be AI research. That's going to be a checkbox. So when we check that box, it triggers the automation. We're going to create another one. That's going to be AI email for. That's going to be a checkbox as well. Now we want a field for the result. So long text. That's going to be AI research result. AI email result. Long text also. Here we're going to go for record ID, capital I, really, really important. We're going to get a formula, and here we'll type record. We'll look for record ID and close the parentheses. So that's our database built. Just checking that I didn't miss anything. No, it's fine. Now we're going to go into automation. I just need to delete those ones so that I can show you the exact process. So here we need data, otherwise we won't be able to trigger the automations properly. I'm going to use my own LinkedIn URL. You can connect if you want. This is the description. And I'll check this box so that I can build the automation here. Do that. So usually, obviously, all that is imported from your data provider. So here I'm going to go into automation. And when a record matches a condition, we are going to trigger a script. So that's going to be in table 1. Here we're going to look for the actual trigger checkbox. So AI research start is ticked. Choose the record. I choose this one. And here I'm going to go and choose run script. And I'll copy and paste the script that I've already written for another automation. They are pretty much always the same. And here, as you can see, the record ID and webhook URL are underlined in red. It means that the variables don't exist. So we need to create them. So this one is created. And that one is created as well. So as you can see, now the underline is gone. So as the value, we'll choose the record ID that we've created previously. So record ID, this one. For the webhook URL value, we want to create a new workflow in n8n. Add a new workflow. And here you select webhook. That's a get method. Click on the link and paste it in the value box here. As you can see, there is test written here. We will remove that when the app is live, but for the time being, we need it so that we can make the mapping with our automation. So I'm going to listen for test event, and that's a one-off step. Here I'll test it. Here you can see that it ran successfully, and this icon has changed here. So now we have the record ID. So with the record ID, we'll be able to get the data from Airtable. So I select an Airtable node, get record, select credentials. I've created another video where you can see how I'm doing to create credentials for Airtable. So I'm going to choose the lead database v2. That's the one. That's going to be table 1. I haven't renamed it. I should have. I did not. Here I'm going to add the record ID. And now I'm going to pull data from this row. So here, as you can see, we got the results. So everything that is contained to this table correspond to what we have in here. So that's perfect. That's working. As the next step, we'll need to pick an HTTP request node. So don't be frightened by the terminology. I know that this can be a little bit intimidating, especially if you've been using Make or Zapier, where you will have connectors and you will have nodes that have already been created specifically for the tool that you're planning to use. But more often than not, this is exactly the same process. This is just an HTTP request with a logo on it, or a webhook with a logo on it. So I'll show you how to do that manually, and that will open a world of opportunities. So now we are going to Perplexity.ai, the API reference documentation. Here you will paste the API token, which you get inside the API account. And then all you need to do is to make sure that curl request is selected. Click the copy icon. And here you click the import, CURL, paste it, import. And that's already half of our automation done. Here we need to change the prompt. Here. Next, we will need to put this data inside this field here. So for some reason, it doesn't work if you do it like that. So you need to click this icon here. Just delete that. And now that you see this window with an expression, here you will only need to click the black dot here in order to transfer the data from here to there. So name, I'm going to use the full name here. You can use first name, last name as well. Description, I'm going to pick the description, company. And here you want to make sure that you've selected the right model. So make sure that this is online so that it will actually check the facts and verify the sources. Test step. We have it. And now we just need to update the record in Airtable. So I'll select another Airtable node and I will update the record. So again, I'll choose the credentials. I will choose the right database. So the lead database v2. That's going to be from table 1. But here I want to be using the ID from the actual Airtable record. So I just need to drag and drop this one in here. And AI research result is coming from the HTTP request message content. You see, really, really simple. I'll test it. I will save it. I'll go back to my database and I'll verify that the data is actually in here. Yeah, data is actually there, so that's perfect. Obviously, if we modified the prompt, we could have something a little bit more in-depth, but I'll leave it for that just for the sake of this video. I'll hide this field. I'll go back to automation. And here I'm just going to make it live. So I will remove dash test, finish editing. Here I'm gonna update a record. So that's gonna be from table 1, record ID. So again, you see this record ID is really, really important. We use it to identify a unique row. Here I'm going to choose the right field. So that's going to be AI research start and check. And I'll turn this automation live. So that's step 1 done. So that was not really complicated, just a little bit of coding involved, but nothing major. And you can always screenshot it and type it yourself, or join the school community and just copy and paste it. Next, we'll build the automation to create the actual email, which is our end result. So same, we'll go to automation, create a new automation. When a record matches, so this is going to be when this checkbox is checked. So table 1, it's going to be the trigger. So AI email start, when this is checked. So I'll choose a record. If you don't see anything in here, it's because the data doesn't correspond to the condition. So make sure this is ticked. Now we'll run the script. So the script is exactly the same than the previous one. So basically, all it does is passes the record ID so that we can fetch it in an Airtable node and sending this record ID into this webhook. Nothing complicated, really. Again, record ID. I could have done it faster by duplicating the automation, but I really want you to see the full process. Okay, record ID. Now that's going to be a different webhook here. So we'll just create another one. Again, we'll get the webhook now. We'll leave it on get. It's really, really important. No authentication. I click the link and I'll paste it in here. Finish editing. Now I'll just listen for test event. This is now listening. And here I can click test action and you will see this icon will change here. See it? Done. Now we're gonna go and get an Airtable get record. None. Select the credentials. Select the right database. Select the right table. Use the record ID from the query. So you see, as I've mentioned previously, the capital I here is really important. This is case sensitive. I'll test it. Okay, it's working. Perfect. Now, as the next step, I want to add another node, which is going to be a basic LLM chain defined below. Here we'll put our prompt, but I just want to show you something first. We'll delete that. So I find that Claude is a better copywriter than OpenAI. So I'm using Claude Anthropic Sonnet 3.5. But if I wanted to change it, it would be really easy. I'll just delete this node here and pick another one. So let's say I want OpenAI. Okay. Select the credentials. And I'll select the model. And so let's go for the new one here. And that's it. That's how I change model. So really, really easy. So it just takes a minute to see what the difference is between one model and another. So I'll save that. Next, we will want to create a prompt. So I'll just copy and paste it. If you join the school community, you'll get access to that. Make sure that expression is selected here. We'll test it. I'm sure there will be a mistake or typo in there. So I'll just test it from scratch. So I'm going to go to webhook, listen for test event, and test action again. There you go. So that has worked. We'll push it. So now we have the data. You can see here, everything is red because I haven't used the exact same parameter than the one I've used in the prompt. So all I need to do is to click this button here, and then same as we did previously for Perplexity, the research, we'll go for name. So that's going to go full name. Background, we'll use the AI research background. If it doesn't come green like that, if it stays black, you need to add it inside curly brackets. So that's what I've just done. So I'll just put the curly brackets again. And here, website, I don't think I've created a field for it. Not a problem for the sake of this video. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. Test again. Okay, now we have the email created. So as the next step, what we'll do is to go to Airtable, update a record, select credentials, the right database. So that's lead database v2 from table 1. We're going to go for the ID that corresponds to this one. So the Airtable node, just to make sure that we didn't mix match anything. And here we're going to go for email result and just drag and drop the text, test it, save it, make it active. And then here we'll verify that this is actually working. Yes, it's working 100%. So that's perfect. Now we'll just finish up the automation. So as the n8n automation is live, I can remove the dash test. We don't need the mapping anymore. And here I'm going to update the record. So that's going to be from table number 1. It's going to be record. So I need to search, clicking the button here. Okay. Choose field. And here the trigger field, we'll leave it blank so that it resets. I'll just turn on the automation. As the next step, you want to make sure everything is working according to plan. So you will just make sure that this is cleared. It should be cleared already because we'll build the automation to clear the checkbox when the AI research is completed. So here I'll check it. This is going to disappear. And here this is populating the result. Now I can check this one. It's going to disappear. And here we will see the result. Great. So that's all working as expected. As the next step, you could create another field here, export, which would be a checkbox, and create another automation, which runs when this checkbox. As a next step, you could create an export field with a checkbox, and then run an automation to export this data into your email provider, email sending provider. So QuickMail. As a next step, you could either export this table and then import it back into your email sending service. So Smart Lead, QuickMail, Success.ai. There are a few of those out there. Or you could create another field here with a checkbox so that when this checkbox is clicked, it runs a script which sends the data into n8n, which then sends it to a smart lead or any other emailing service. So I hope this video was helpful. If you want the template, you will be able to import the workflows and pretty much everything we did in this video, just like that. So import a file, then you will look for a JSON here. So obviously it doesn't show, but anyway, you can look for JSON, and this is going to populate that automatically. All you need to do is to go to credentials, change them, obviously to yours, and then choose the right base and table. And in regards to Airtable, the same principle applies. You will be able to copy the table, and you will be ready to go. So hopefully this video was helpful. You will be able to make a lot of money either selling this service or using it for yourself. And I hope to see you inside the community. Bye bye.